Welcome to Football or Soccer, the podcast. I'm Sam Palmer.
Good morning, I'm Sam Collins.
How are we today?
We hope everybody's well. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, we got Tony's joining us. Tony's actually going to be in person today, but he's in traffic. He's late.
Yes.
Typical.
He's not used to the LA traffic.
No, so he's there. And Chris is actually joining us later, so we're going to have a bit of a strikers episode. So we've got 2 episodes today because we're all in, but we thought we started early because we're going to discuss this week's Premiership. And we're going to make this a short episode for everyone because there ain't much to discuss anymore, is there?
No, it's been very disappointing again. I mean, just...
Do you know, I saw Gary Lineker on Match of the Day said it was the worst show I think he's done for 26 years. He said it on live.
Did he really?
Said, like, basically, he just said that was about as boring as it could get across the board.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even finish Match of the Day on Saturday.
Neither did I.
That shows.
I couldn't even tell you every game this week.
It just shows. I mean, there were a couple of games that I flicked onto this weekend, but, I mean, knowing that Chelsea had probably the biggest game of the season yesterday, I didn't even get up for it at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And the funniest thing is, for me, as a West Ham fan, who I don't think I've missed a game in about 30 years, like whether live or on TV, I couldn't be bothered to get up and watch it. It was the first one ever. I did watch the second half. I got up and I put it on. I semi-watched it and I watched us beat Manchester United.
I actually knew you were going to win that. I knew you were going to win that.
It's kept Potter in his job now. So
Potter has a lucky record at Old Trafford for some reason. He won there with Brighton quite a few times, and yeah, you could see that was going to happen. But my God, United are shit. They are just like...
What do you make of Amarin's comments again this week? Like every week he's got a comment. They're all quite negative. He basically said, we don't seem to care if we lose.
Yeah.
But I think by his actions in the last weeks as well, by dropping loads of players for the European game and things like that. Now, for me, and I actually think Amarin agrees with this, if Man United qualify for the Champions League, that is not going to fix Man United.
No, of course it's not. They'll go out and they won't even qualify past the group stage.
It'd be an absolute joke.
They'll get the money for it. They'll play the 8 games in the league phase, but that's it. Like, what are they going to do from there?
This is an awful team.
It's just crazy. I mean, the way that some of the big teams have just dropped off, like, as we said, the Uniteds and just Chelsea this year, Tottenham, like
West Ham.
All just there. It's just dire to watch, and just the whole kind of atmosphere at the club, and even just last week listening to Todd Bowley saying that he didn't know who Ruud Gullit was, and he didn't know who Eden Hazard was, and it's just like. You just feel that the club's losing their identity. No, literally. And even, I don't know if you saw about Newcastle this week. You know they're changing their badge.
Yeah, I saw that.
And all the fans are up in arms about it.
Are they?
Yeah.
But they have changed it a few. I didn't realise they have changed it over the years.
They have changed it over
I didn't realise that one that they've got now, it was just like NUFC.
Yeah, for a while. It was for a while.
And then I remembered that when that old kit actually with it on, but I didn't realise.
With the McEwen's lager on
it.
I remember that one as well.
McEwen's was a good one at that.
Yeah, it was. They used to sponsor quite a few of the teams.
Newcastle have had iconic kits, actually.
Yeah, they really have.
I think.
They really have.
But I just think we've lost football now. I really do.
Completely.
You were just saying before we come on air, Thierry Henry. What was you saying?
Yeah, Thierry Henry said that the Inter Milan-Barcelona game was the most exciting game he'd seen in 2 years, and how thankful he was for them for putting on such a show.
Which it probably was.
Did you see it?
And El Clasico again this week.
That was an unbelievable game. I actually watched that over the Premier League this weekend.
And so did I.
Yeah, that was a great game.
And that's where I'm looking, and I've been watching following Championship. Can we keep saying the Premier League is the best league in the world? Because for me, it's only going to get worse with this Club World Cup in the summer. A glorified friendly. Yeah, well, this
season certainly hasn't served up anything. I mean, look, Liverpool fans will tell you differently, but this season certainly hasn't served up like the big rivalry. It's been terrible. It almost...
And even like the end of it, like now, Chelsea bottling it, City draw at Southampton, Nottingham Forest draw at Leicester.
Do you know what I will say? It might sound a bit dramatic to phrase it like this, but it almost feels like there's been a death in the family.
I completely agree.
Because you would go through the week of just the excitement of knowing there's football this weekend. Who have we got? We can't wait for match the day afterwards because you just know. But I honestly, I've had the love and that passion of just the excitement of football every day, and just like it's just and again, I blame it on VAR.
So do I.
I blame it on VAR and just the whole stop-start and how it's become like American football and how...
Rugby.
But the thing with rugby is they make the decision, they're quick. They don't ever spend like 7 minutes making a decision on it.
Mr. Tony's turned up 45 minutes late, actually. 45 minutes late. Wow.
17.
Here he is,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Look, he just walks in.
Good morning.
Saunters in.
Leave my sunglasses on.
He's
I am late, boys. This LA place is fucking...
pull that close, Tone, so it comes right up to you. We're just talking about like how boring the Premier League was this weekend. That we said that even Gary Lineker on Match Today said, "What like out of all my 26 years of presenting, that was the most non-eventful week I think I've ever seen."
Really?
And it was boring. And we're just saying he didn't watch it this weekend. I didn't watch it this weekend.
But why did we not watch it this weekend? Because Chelsea could have...
I know.
It was 4 a.m, and just like again, I knew that we weren't going to win that. I knew there was not a prayer we were going to get anything from Newcastle.
Really?
So why am I going to get
Newcastle?
away? They could be second. If they beat Arsenal on Wednesday, they'll be second.
Well, they're a point behind now, right?
Yeah.
Well, it will be unbelievable to
Or
Arsenal.
2 points behind.
Yeah.
Arsenal come third in a two-horse race after they've said it to Tottenham for years about that Leicester year when they came
They
third.
deserve it.
God.
They deserve it. They're shit. Arsenal are pathetic.
Do you think Arteta next year, because the pressure's ramping up a bit now on it?
It should be as well.
Do you know what's funny? Before we get into this, I'm just going to say I spoke to a lot of my Arsenal fan friends this week after the PSG game. They are all so fucking deluded.
They're off their tits.
They all think Arteta. Do you know what I said to them? I said to one of my mates.
They all think what?
They all think Arteta is the greatest manager in the world.
Yeah.
I swear to God. I said to my mate that I was talking. I won't mention names because it'll embarrass him. But I was talking to him and I said to him, I was like, "Would you swap Arteta?"
We've got some drinks coming in here if you can see it come. Wait, let me. Go on, keep going, Sam.
I said to him, I said, "Would you swap Arteta next season if he doesn't win anything for Luis Enrique?" And he was like, "Nah, not a prayer.
Thank you.
Not a prayer."
Thank you.
Yes.
They genuinely, they're blaming the injuries. Thank you, mate. They're blaming the injuries. They're blaming everything but
Is that a
but the
espresso
club.
for me?
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
And I mean, just
Did you see that? Did
There's
anyone
an
see the
obsession.
thing that I posted this morning?
Yeah, it was
where the
brilliant.
guy was
That
saying that
tie
Arsenal are a bigger club than Real Madrid.
Madrid.
And to be fair, on that Arsenal fan TV, and I'll give him his due.
Wait, was it the bald
tie,
head?
No, Robbie, that's Robbie, isn't it?
Yeah.
The bald head. He's going, "You are off your head."
He's like, "You are idiot of the week."
Yeah, you are the idiot of the week. I'll give Arsenal fan TV,
was
Robbie,
going on about
at least he was sensible there and held it down. What's the guy's Ty, I think his
Ty,
name
yeah.
is.
Oh, that's the fella who used to be on the fan debate.
Yes.
Yeah. He's the guy that's like in his mid-50s.
I think they got rid of him just because he was so...
Always wears that old baggy tracksuit and all that.
He's got like the Arsenal headphones.
Yeah.
The hat, the gloves.
And he was saying, "Well, what about 1902?
Yeah.
What about 1902?" And like he was going, "We got a better history." I don't know what actually happened in 1902.
Nothing. But you know what it is? Arsenal won their titles in the 30s. That Arsenal won like 7 titles in the 1930s.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the things that they live off, our history. But I actually saw an amazing...
that's from history.
Let me tell you.
A century ago.
Let me tell you this. I saw an amazing stat. 35% of Arsenal's trophies in their entire history are community shields.
So did I. Community shields.
Are they really?
35 are community shields.
But I bet you if you'd done that for any club, that stat, I bet you if you broke that down, like Man United's or Liverpool's, I bet it's in there as well.
probably.
You know, like, it's a funny stat, though, to listen
I don't
to.
even know how many...
But without the
I
European
would call it
Cup...
No, it's not. But you don't count as a major title, do you?
Of course you don't. It's like when Arteta was
Listen,
like, "I've won 3 trophies." It's like, no, you haven't, buddy. You won a COVID FA.
right. And
You
then-
won a COVID
Because only
FA
2
Cup.
people can enter it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's funny. It is weird because I think in England, or especially me, I never take like the Super Cup game.
No.
I look at that as a glorified
It's the
friendly.
European version of it, isn't
Yeah.
it?
But it is called Super Cup, isn't it?
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
win the Champions League,
And
it's
the,
the
and the
two-
Europa League. And the Europa League, yeah.
Yeah, and then but then there's the 2 Champions League winners as well that played on it. What's the one where they played like Man United played that one against Vasco da
Oh,
Gama?
that's the...
That was the old Club World Cup.
Club.
But now they're revamping it to do that thing every 4 years.
Correct.
Which bizarrely, Chelsea are in.
But do you know why?
Because they've got American owner.
No, it's not. No, they did it off the last 5 years Champions League winners.
But Chelsea have. How many times have Chelsea won the league in the last Champions League in the last 5 years?
We won it in 2021.
Liverpool have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you missed the cut-off. It was done before last season.
We won it.
When did you win it?
2 years ago.
No, you didn't. You won it in 2019.
No, I don't think we did. We won it.
You beat Tottenham. You haven't won the Champions League since then.
Yeah, you got lost against Real Madrid.
Was that long ago?
Yeah. We watched it the man of that time.
Okay, he missed the start. Yeah, he's 100% wrong. 100% of the time.
Yeah. It's done off the last 5 years Champions League winners. If you won it from
Is that what it's done off of?
Yeah, if you won it from 2020.
Yeah, but then how's Al Hilal and Inter Miami and
because they won.
They won nothing.
Well, they won the Asian Champions League, didn't they?
Inter Miami didn't.
Yeah, but Inter Miami got in.
They got in because of Messi.
Because of a wild card, basically. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's all
wild card means Infantino just wanted them in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's commercialisation, and that's the bollocks of this thing.
That's the benefit of paying.
I'm not happy that Chelsea. I mean, listen, are Chelsea going to win this thing? Absolutely fucking not.
It's a glorified friendly.
What I will say is, you know what? It will be a slightly more glorified pre-season.
Yes, what it is. It's a glorified pre-season, and I think it's probably going to add to another rubbish year of football next year because players are going to be injured, players are tired.
Yeah.
But you say it's a glorified pre-season. You don't win $100 million.
Well, no, this is also the unfair advantage now. Getting 100 mil to be in this or whatever.
Only if you win it. You don't get 100 mil for being in it. You get 100 mil if you win it.
Say in Miami, or let's just say, I don't know, Chelsea are in it, right? It's not really the
Chelsea are keeping the fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's not.
They're a whisker away from breaching.
City getting our own.
Yeah,
they need.
You know the one I can't understand with this fair play? How is Villa, who sold a big player every single year, John Durant, and they're still this close on fair play?
Villa.
This fair play thing ain't fair. It's ridiculous.
It's still Villa though. I think in 5.
But how do you ever catch up? Well, they just sold a geezer for 77 million.
Yeah.
No, you're right. But
Douglas Luiz they sold for 60 or something, 50 or.
Didn't he go for free?
No, went big money as well.
In 5 years' time, if Villa keep doing what they're doing now, they're going to be up there with revenues with the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea and United and obviously City.
This fair play, it's not fair. It's like
no,
because if you look like Villa, right? If you're Villa right now, just sold the 77 million, you got a chance next year where you probably could actually go and have a challenge, especially for top 4, right? So because let's just say Man United are still rubbish, Spurs, West Ham. Then you got City rebuilding. Liverpool lost a key player. Maybe not. Maybe they're a bit older. Maybe they can't sustain a further challenge. Chelsea still not there. So Villa really and Newcastle actually have got quite a good chance next year. If they added a couple of extra people, they go in, and then they can't. And it's like, it stops, doesn't it?
Well, because you're allowed to lose. I think it's like, what is it, 125 million a year or something like that? That's what you're allowed to write off.
It's over 3 years, isn't it?
I don't actually know anymore.
I can't remember the exact.
It changes too much. But
I doubt it would be 40 million a year. I think it's 125 million.
I think they say if you lose, I think they do it on 3. I think they do it on 3-year basis, and so you can lose X amount over 3 years, which means that you can have a massive summer, but don't have another one for 2 years because you need to make that back. So. It's not on a yearly basis. I believe it's 3 years, but again, they change the rules every fucking 2 minutes, so I don't know.
And that's I think this is the worrying thing for the Premier League now. And I actually do think we are going to the Super League. I think I think we're seeing the dilution of the Premier League right now.
Eventually,
where people are going to go, I'm bored of it.
Yep.
I want to see them Real Barcelona Inter Milan games more.
But they're not,
and then it'll just go boom.
Are they that much more exciting?
The Clasico this weekend were unbelievable.
But do you see them week in, week out the way we watch our own teams week in, week out?
No, but if you can see them games against the best teams in the world together, because now the Champions League is much more exciting than our league.
Yeah.
You think of this year.
It is the Super League.
It is, but I think you're going to see...
The semi-finals Where?
Oh, I don't know. There's been games all the way through it. Oh, I don't know.
How many games were there?
Arsenal Madrid game, quarterfinal.
No,
Brilliant.
No, I'm not saying there are not outliers. But what I'm saying is, in the Champions League this year, there were more teams, right? And
36 teams this year.
Which means we didn't see all the games.
No,
because that's just too many games.
But there were some very good group games this year.
Yeah, there was, and everyone was going on about how good the new format because you were seeing bigger games.
Yeah.
One thing that there wasn't this year, which I always hated, was those dead rubber games where just didn't matter.
Yeah,
but that's because they got
because
changed the
City
league
were
format.
on that last thing. They didn't go through.
PSG scraped through.
Yeah,
PSG literally scraped.
Real
through.
Madrid
scraped through. City scraped through.
They came 10th.
Who?
PSG.
They didn't. What are you talking about?
They came 9th. Yeah, you're right.
No, they didn't. They came way down. They came like 23rd.
Yeah.
They just scraped through.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
This and Villa, they beat
PSG and
Bayern Munich,
just,
didn't they? Earlier in the year. The Champions League was much better than Premier League.
How were they seeded drawn against Liverpool then?
Who, PSG?
Yeah. Is it because they finished so low down?
Yeah. You finished high, didn't you? You won it, didn't you?
They finished top.
We finished top.
Yeah, that's why you played them. They were such a low seed.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
And then they banked you.
Terrible format.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
it definitely is. The way
I think we're going because we're seeing this Americanization.
Yeah.
The VAR is just.
It's the worst thing ever.
It's like it has
But
killed
to get used to
football.
It is the worst.
I don't know. The only thing I could say is, what about if all the fans just got together? Because the fans hold the power if they don't go.
They used to. They don't.
They do if they don't go.
But you know what?
But they will go.
It's like
That's the problem.
it's just like look how exciting the championship is now. They don't have it. Like the championship's been an unbelievable year this year.
I'm going to follow Championship next year, 100%. And especially if Charlton come up, I'm going to Charlton will become my
They drew 0-0
my
with
team
They
next
drew
year.
0-0 with Wickham, I think, yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah.
What do you think about Alexander-Arnold getting booed?
I think, do you know what? I think that is, I just was literally thinking of that with how the Premier League has petered out over weeks and weeks and weeks. And I think that is the final top off of the season that the champions, we should be talking about like the coronation. And all we're talking now, we're going to see this shit go on for the next few weeks of him being booed. And actually, rather than actually talking about a party.
Again. He won't be booed again.
I bet you he does.
Do you think he plays again?
That might be the case.
Not play again. But I think listen, as a fucking grown man, to sit there and go boo to another grown
For a 26, well, he's not even a 26-year-old kid.
It's pathetic.
It's when the West Ham fans do Declan Rice. It drives me mad.
What's the place here with the medieval times?
Yeah.
It's that. It's pathetic. It's theatre. It's ridiculous. As a grown man, I could never. I mean, I'd feel fucking embarrassing myself to do that. But I think the point was made. I don't think they would do it again.
I thought it distracted you guys and you ended up drawing the game because of it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I thought the players were like, "What? Hang on, what the fuck's going on?"
But you know what? Slot in the end, really. What he should have done, just left him on the bench.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have played.
Just left him on the bench.
Yeah.
He's done his thing.
Yeah.
You've won the league. He's come out. Just leave him there. Don't not put him in a squad, but leave him there. You don't you're not gaining anything by playing him.
Because obviously I think the announcement was on Monday last week. So it was almost a week, but this was the height of emotion for Trent.
Yeah.
Because he just made the announcement. Put him on the bench, give him a bit of exposure, let him run up and down the line a few times to fake warm up, and then play him next week or bring him on next week. There's not a lot I can criticise Slot for, but I just don't think he should have brought him on.
There was no need, really, was
there?
For it.
Because people can feel how they like.
You were all over Arsenal as well, and then all of a sudden
It was easy. It was easy for a long time, and then I think that just discombobulated the whole team.
They were
I agree.
They were like, "Well, hang on, what's going on here?" Like, why are they laying into himself?
I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I kind of expected it. Again, I've never.
Listen, we've done it with Declan Rice. We do it the same, and I just find it stupid. It's just like
silly.
Just like get over it.
Yeah.
Like I think fans need to understand it's their job. these players don't care about clubs like we care about them. They don't.
I wouldn't be that cynical about it to say they don't care.
Oh no! I mean, they don't love the club like we do. We love the club. These players, it's their job.
Yeah.
And they go, great.
There's a level of disconnect there.
Of course,
because I think they have respect. I think I'm not saying they don't respect things like that, but we love and read everything about Liverpool, Chelsea, West Ham, and we talk about it all day long.
100%. And that's listen, that's why sports is one of the only industries in the entire world where career progression you can get shit on for it.
Yeah,
it's like look at Trent. Like literally, the guy's won absolutely everything. Look, on one hand, you've got Liverpool who are probably in their best phase for
years.
Call it 20 years.
Yeah.
No.
Look.
What?
Well, they're at the same level as what they were.
The European Cup and the league.
Yeah, but
I'm saying 20. And if you look at Liverpool 20 years ago.
Oh, you mean over?
I'm talking over a consistent period of time. Like, if you look at players like reasons why, like the McManamans left, because you weren't challenging for the leagues. No. You weren't challenging for the like the Michael Owens and like all these players that the Suarez's, the Coutinho's. Now you guys are in a different place to that, where you don't necessarily need to leave Liverpool to go and win trophies. You're winning them, and you're winning the big trophies.
Yes, I see.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like Alexander-Arnold, he's been there, he's done it, and now the guy's going to get offered probably 20 million more than he's on at Liverpool now. And
do you know what? I think he's actually being offered pretty much the same.
He might be, but he'll get the signing on bonus.
Get the sign-on fee.
And I think
come in, Chris. Chris is here as well. No, we're just wrapping up the
look at my
the week that was.
How you doing, mate?
You smell delicious.
Good to see you.
How you doing?
Chris, I think there's a mic there, so put that one on. We're just wrapping up the week that was, the uneventful week that was. Grab that mic there, because it otherwise won't hear.
It's probably a good thing.
The uneventful week that was in the Premier League, and then we're going to move on to our little strikers episode. So I think we've basically said there's not much happened this week in football. We're a bit bored of it. It's good to see the end of the season. It kind of we were just there with Trent.
Do you know what though? The Champions League thing is hot. We were talking about it. I said to these boys, I would never boo another man.
But I said that just about sums up this season.
Yeah,
that how it's petered out. That now we've got the booing of that,
the highlight,
the celebration of the season. You know, like it's kind of.
It's not the biggest thing this week. It's ridiculous.
But to be honest with you, this season, when has it ever been different? Any week that we've done this podcast, Liverpool win, Man United crap, Tottenham crap,
Chelsea
West Ham
shit.
crap, Chelsea this,
Arsenal draw,
Trent, Salah, Virgil. It's the same thing that's gone on all season. We've not the episodes has not been any different.
You guys won though.
Yeah, well, because we played Man United, so there was one. But you look, Tottenham's lost again, Spurs lost again. So Tottenham, Man United, and West Ham couldn't lose because they were playing Man United. But it's
I will say I'm excited for the FA Cup this weekend. Palace City is going to be a good game.
Yeah. It's the final this weekend, isn't it? Yeah. I'd love to see Palace.
I am so. Yeah. Have you not seen it? So the maddest stat, like in the semi-finals, did you see how empty the City end was?
Yeah.
City in the last 13 years have been to Wembley 30 times.
No. Yeah. Bananas.
30 times. That's
because semi-finals are there as well, aren't they?
Charity Shields, all of that stuff.
And do you know what? I heard a woman talking about that and it is a fair point. Yeah,
I heard that
when she was quite good, wasn't she?
This is not a big deal for us anymore.
And she said it's just too expensive. A semi-final. She said I've got to choose whether to go to the semi-final and the final. The train was £200 or something like that.
And they don't even
then the
run
tickets
after a certain time.
That was it. No, she said we had to drive. The petrol cost, the parking cost,
food,
the hotel.
Tickets.
I'm taking my kids. She said, like, when you look at it, that's £1,000. Like, the regular person can't afford it.
And it's not even just the money, it's the inconvenience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you don't get on the train past 7:58 or whatever, you're staying there all
But it is mad why they stopped that, because they used to be, but to be fair, they always used to be at neutral grounds, but you were like Villa Park. They were always in the middle, weren't they?
Old Trafford.
Over here, by the way. Am I too close?
No, you're not. Stay in.
Your leg.
Put that behind your back. And then
it was Old Trafford and Villa Park back in the day. They used to do that.
Well, right. It was a
Hillsborough, obviously.
Hillsborough,
so they were all kind of middle of the country, weren't they? So everyone came in.
Yeah.
But being in London isn't really fair, is
it's
it?
not convenient. It's just a moneymaker.
Built the new Wembley, wasn't it? They were like, we need to pay for this. So every semi-significant.
I think
game
it takes. I think it takes away like the whole aura of it, the whole visiting Wembley, because like you win it and like.
That was the whole thing, wasn't it, back in the day? Was
Yeah.
the achievement of playing at Wembley.
Correct,
Yeah.
going to Wembley, having the day out of Wembley.
Rooney said that the other day, didn't he? He said that FA
I'm-
Cup means more to him than any of them. He said walking up them stairs, he said,
sure.
was
I'm not being funny.
huge.
Growing up as a kid, I will always remember when FA Cup final Sunday was one of the greatest days because the football show started at 7 a.m.
Saturday.
Saturday, that's 7 a.m. You'd have Jimmy Hill on there, like
amazing.
doing his whole thing, and like
coverage.
correct the BBC coverage
Brilliant,
for
wasn't
the
it?
entire day.
It would be
was
a
just-
good 8-9 hours long.
And you could just sit there.
They'd go
Correct.
to visit the clubs, do the interview
With the fact, like they'd interview the tea lady and all this
amazing.
shit, and like, it's just
But now
so
it's
different.
Like, I don't
Yeah,
even
you
know
go
whether
back
they
to
have that anymore.
one of the players' hometowns and
Literally,
interview
all
the
of that.
teacher. You know?
100%.
There was all that, wasn't there? It was,
All of that. It was
oh,
the
I knew in
best.
PE he was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
he was going to win the FA Cup one day.
It's true, but it
He
is
did
true.
this overhead kick on there, and I was like,
Yeah.
he's going to win the FA Cup.
We were playing Wembley in the playground, and then
It's
so
true. It's
funny.
like,
You know
it's
what,
the
though?
aura of it.
I don't know whether it was the same with yous, but where we were growing up, we used to have like mini Wembley.
Yeah,
We
always.
call it
Wembley.
because it was the best. It used to be for us. It was the remember.
It was a knockout competition, wasn't it? Wembley doubles or Wembley singles?
Yes,
just
I
mean
remember
where
that
we
Wembley
used to play.
doubles.
So remember the old Crown Green bowling?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they were like that was carpet.
Was.
So there was a park by us called the Derby Park, and it was all like
They let you on the bowling.
no,
Of course not.
we had to jump over, and then the parky would
Oh,
come
yeah.
and chase us up. But
bet.
that was mini Wembley for us.
That's
so
great.
if there was a
We had
big
exactly
game-
the same. It was a cricket field.
Yeah.
And it was exactly the same. Fingers up. And I used to get a hose in a corner. They must have like honestly wanted to kill me. Like whoever did this, but it was me. And we'd get the hose and put it all over one area, right? So say the whole corner, I'd just flood it basically. And then when you scored, you'd run and do a cleansman for it. It was unbelievable. It was a celebration pit. Knee slides or do you know what cracks me up about you know when players do knee slides?
Yeah.
How do they not cut their legs?
I know. Isn't
Yeah.
it bananas?
Do you know what? That's the only thing I ever can look at whenever I see it. Because there's always used to be sand in the pitch, didn't there? But obviously, maybe there isn't.
Now it's just the mud, isn't it? Now, yeah, they get
But
away with
It's
it.
not mud though, because you would see it. They got up and there's no mud.
There's nothing on it.
Yeah.
And the knees are not cut.
No.
I want to know that
Who
answer.
was
of
it?
How it's.
There was somebody I was watching the other day, and he said it was the worst. It might have even been Gerrard, and he said it was the worst celebration ever when he scored a goal. Might have been somebody else though. And he tried to do the knee slide, and the
knee
pitch
sticking.
Was dry.
too dry.
And he just. and he dug
I've
in.
seen that.
I've seen that as well.
Nothing worse. I saw someone get injured doing it. Like they pulled, he went to.
I don't know how they don't get injured every single time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, it just about sums up, and I'm going to end it here. How bad it is that we're talking about knee sides in the park, the Premier League.
When what we should
Let's just do you know what? Next week, let's cover the FA Cup final. We'll give it a bit more coverage for the FA Cup final. So we're season's dead. We're gonna do that. We're gonna roll in. So after this episode, later on in the week, you'll hear this. We're gonna do our top 10 Premiership
way,
striker.
by the
No,
way,
we're getting on it.
by
I
the
can't listen to this
fucking way.
idiot.
Did you see this? Did you watch that chat last night between me and these two clowns?
I couldn't keep up with it.
Tony doesn't understand what
dinner?
we're talking about with strikers.
There's a difference between a striker.
We'll get onto it now. We're going to go into the next one. Hit subscribe after anyway. We'll see you all in the next week. Have a great week, everyone.
Fucking idiots, these two.